Hey friends, today we're going to take on processing this 4-pound bag of Panmore Gold of their Reserve Blend Gold Paydirt. And I pulled this, I don't want to do that. Pull this off their website. This is what they say about it. Our new Reserve Blend Gold Paydirt is hand gathered in our partners' claims in and around the old gold mining district in Colorado. We also offer a variety of jewelry-grade gold nuggets at wholesale prices. We are a family prospecting business, and whether you are trying your first pan or are a seasoned expert prospector, our Paydirt is sure to please. Recreational panners, folks that can't get to gold-bearing creeks, schools, sports teams, scout troops, summer camps, church groups, gold clubs, and prospecting stores are now all happy Panmore Gold customers. Several of our customers became really good with getting fine gold and have even started many side businesses professionally processing our Paydirt at home. Our bag is guaranteed to be unsearched, and each bag will contain gold. Every bag is different, but we do regularly run our own material and have it tested by assay and lab facilities. Our Paydirt on average yields 200% more gold than other bags we have tested, and many customers on average report finding between 1/10 to over a gram per pound or more. Now you can buy Paydirt online and pan at home, just like Gold Rush on TV and other shows. Well, sounds promising. No guarantees, but they do make some claims that I guess we'd like them to stick to. I'm going to open it up, take a look at it real quick. What's going on there? Big materials, small material, some mica. See how it does in the magnetics. Not a lot of magnetics. I was going to run it through the mining magnets dry magnetic separator, but I don't think it'll be worth the trouble since we don't see that many magnetics in it. All right, let me set up for classifying, and I'll be back to you in a sec. All right, here's my classifying plan. I'm going to take the 4 pounds, and I'm going to be running them through a 10 mesh, a 20 mesh, and a 40 mesh. I plan to put the -10 or the +10 and just pan that. The -10 I'm going to run through mining magnets cleanup sluice. The -20 I'm going to run through the Desert Fox spiral gold panning machine, and the -40 I'm going to run through the Blue Bowl. And we'll see what kind of things we get out of it. All right? So first step is to get this through the 10 mesh. All right? I'll be back to you when I've separated it all. I did go ahead and weigh them just to see how it plays out. The +10 pan weighed 1 pound 12 ounces, short of 4 ounces short of 2 pounds. So a little less than half is in the +10 pan. This was 1.3, the -20 was 1.4, and the -40 was about 7 ounces. Now, I did weigh them inside their container, so that may be off a little bit. I'm going to guess that the most productive run will be in the -20 since it weighs more than these two. I will pan the plus 10 out slowly but surely. So that's what we'll set up for next. All right, here we go, brothers and sisters. I'm going to apologize in advance because we've got quite a storm blowing outside and my garage door is rattling. So if you hear that in the background, it's nothing serious. All right, so I'm going to pan a little bit of this stuff out. Actually, I'm going to pan it all out, but I'm not going to put you through that. Let's take a quick look at this first batch. I remembered to put in the jet dry before I started, and then I'm just going to be quiet so I can speed this up, all right? So I'm going to stop here because I do have one little piece of chunky gold here that I don't want to miss. This shiny stuff that you see is just mica. If you pick it up, it breaks right in your hands. But I do have a little tiny picker right there, so I'm going to take care of that, and I'll be back in a sec. Actually, I'll go ahead and finish this all up, and then I'll be back to you at the end with the results. All right, what you're looking at is the bottom of the bucket for the plus 10. There was some, I had it in this bucket, and there was some couple of specks of floury stuff that I'll probably add to the minus 40 to go through the blue bowl. This was the results. I'm gonna have to get a picture for you. All right, so this is the result. I did find this one picker, and it's very textured, so it looks good. I'll get that picture for you now. All right, here we go. I think, depending, so I'm about to put the minus 10 material through the wash plant and see how it works. Let me make sure my wash plant. It looks like about right. I'll try and not make the same mistakes that I made last time that Coulter warned me about. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of jet dry in there, and once it's had a chance to run through the plant, hopefully not making too many bubbles, I'm going to brush out the bubbles in the dream mat. I'll just kind of do that by poking at it. So I've got this set at 6.81 volts, which seems to be about right for what I'm doing. I've still got a leak here. Tried to make it tighten it up with a hose clamp, but doesn't seem to be getting as tight as I want it. Make sure those are out. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the -10 material. And then I'm going to decide, A, whether to clean it out and run the -20 material, or run the -20 material through the Desert Fox spiral. We'll make that decision here in just a minute. So as I start this, I'm not going to talk so that I can speed it up for you. Okay, that's it for the -10 run. I'm getting a message that my camera battery is about to run out, so I'm going to stop this for a bit and change the battery, and I'll be back in a sec. All right, battery changed. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to stick my camera in there and slide it down and see what we got. Well, got some gold. I don't see as much black sand as I expected. Nice little flakes in there. So I'm still expecting that the majority of what we find today is going to be in the -20. That's my guess. So let me put this into the pan. And then I think we'll go ahead and run the -20 through here. I gotta say something for those dream mats. They sure clean out nice and easy. Before I put it back in, let's do a little. Nice little patch of gold up there in the corner. So I'm going to set this aside and I'll pan them both together. I'm going to use a separate pan for the minus 20. All right. So yeah, I was planning to use the Desert Fox spiral on the minus 20, but I think I'll just go ahead and run it through mining magnet sluice here. No reason not to. I think it's working fine. So Coulter told me that because of this well that he has up here, it's not necessary to soak your materials first. You can put them in dry, but I wanted to clean it out a little bit so it's wet anyway. So there was a couple more ounces worth of material when I weighed them in the minus 20 than the minus 10. And that was probably a combination of volume and the fact that some of the heavier magnetite and hematite are going to be in here in the minus 20. Okay, let's put the camera up there. I say the camera, of course it's a smartphone. And just run it down and see what we see. See some gold flakes, a little bit more black sand. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Get another pan. All right, let me get a second pan that we can put, clean this out into. My bad, not paying attention there. Hope I didn't splash any of it out of there. Yep, got a pile of gold flakes there as well. All right, so what we have left, so one of the things they said, 1/10 of a gram to a gram per pound. I think we're going to be more on the 1/10 of a gram side, but hope you can see it. Let me see. So yeah, gold flakes mixed up with the black sand up there. All right. So I'm going to switch over now to the blue bowl, and we'll run the -40 material through that and see how we do. Right? Be back to you in a bit. All right, guys, we're back with the -40s and the blue bowl. There isn't much. There's less than let's see, about 1/4 cup. So I'm going to pour them in here right at the end. And this is pretty dirty stuff, so I'm afraid it's going to cloud up the water some. But hopefully that'll clear up right away. I need to get some jet dry in there. And you know what? I'm going to stop this because I forgot to level it, so I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, I've got as level it as I can make it with my trusty leveler. I'll turn this on, the pump is running. And this should go really quick. I mean, it's classified down to -40. Keep it just about there. Now, like I said, I think it's going to be hard to see what's going on here because the water was, the material was pretty dirty. I had to clean out the -10 and the -20, and even then, it was difficult to watch. Okay, time for me to be quiet. don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a lot of fine floury stuff right at the bottom of the there's some fine floury stuff in there, but I'm kind of worried that I ran it too fast. And I think I'm going to run it again at a slower speed. So what I've decided to do is not only run it at a slower pace, but I'm going to put it in just a tablespoonful at a time out here on the edge and see if that helps any. All right, speeding this up is not going to make a bunch of difference. I'm going to shut it off as I get closer to the end. I'll come back. All right, this is the second run from the tailings. Slowing it down is starting to give me that sawtooth effect that we looked for. I'm still not seeing any gold on the edges, but we'll just have to give it some time. So it's been running about, I don't know, 15 minutes now. So it runs at a lot slower pace. And one of the benefits, of course, of the blue bowl is that you're supposed to be able to walk away from it. So I'm going to walk away and just let it run. I'll be back to you guys when I come back and check it out the next time. All right, guys. I can barely see it, so I'm sure you can barely see it. But that is as much as I got after running the -40 and then running the -40 tailings. So it wasn't any better, honestly, the second time. There are a couple of specks of flour gold in there, but it wasn't worth the second run. So everything that we got was either the picker from +10 and the gold flakes from -10 and -20. I'll clean it up here in a minute and we'll take a look at it on the scale. All right, guys, this is where we're at. This is the material that came out of -20. This is the material that came out of -10. And this is the one picker that came out of the +10. So I'm going to clean this up. It's just still got a little black sand in it that I got to get out. Clean them both up. I didn't get anything worthwhile out of the -40. There was a couple of microscopically small flakes in there, not worth worrying about. But I'll get this together, get this cleaned up, cook it, and then I'll get it on the scale, and I'll see you guys back when it's about to go on the scale. All right? So you have to put up with that. Okay. So we're going to cook off the water here. Ooh, makes noise. Can't be that bad, huh? All right, here we go. You ready? Point 377 grams, so just over a third of a gram from 4 pounds. Did get one good picker out of it, so I'm not going to complain. I think that's pretty good.